If you're searching for the best note-taking app for iPad in 2026, you're probably stuck between 3 or 4 big names and 100 YouTube reviews that all sound suspiciously identical. Here's what nobody tells you. There is no single best app. There's a best app for handwriting, a best app for lectures, a best app for typed knowledge work, and a best free option. Pick wrong, and you'll waste months migrating notes later. So I spent 90 days using every app on my iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil, and this video gives you the honest breakdown. No affiliate fluff. GoodNotes Chapter 6 is still the app most people should try first if handwriting is your priority. The ink feel is genuinely the closest thing to paper on iPad. Low latency, natural pressure curves, and the new AI-assisted search actually finds your scribbled words. Pricing changed in 2024 to a freemium model, free for 3 notebooks, then about $30 one time, or a yearly subscription for unlimited. The weakness? Audio recording is bolted on, and folder organization gets messy past about 50 notebooks. If you're a student or planner-style user, this is your default pick. Notability's killer feature is still recorded audio synced to your handwritten notes. Tap any word you wrote during a lecture, and it jumps to that exact moment of recording. For students in long classes or anyone in meeting-heavy roles, this single feature is worth the price of admission. It moved to subscription a few years back, which annoyed long-time users, but the math conversion and presentation modes have genuinely improved. Pen feel is a hair behind GoodNotes for me, but the audio workflow is unmatched. If you take notes while someone is talking, start here. Apple Notes is the app most people skip and then come crawling back to. It's free, it syncs instantly across every Apple device. It now supports collapsible sections, linked notes, and a respectable handwriting mode. For quick capture, shopping lists, screenshots with markup, or basic meeting notes, nothing beats it for friction. The limits show up if you need PDF annotation at scale, complex notebook structures, or cross-platform access on Windows or Android. But if you're an iPad and iPhone person taking lightweight notes, you may not need to pay for anything at all. Try it for 2 weeks before spending money. If your notes are mostly typed and you're building a personal database, project notes, meeting summaries, reference material, handwriting apps are the wrong category entirely. Notion gives you databases, templates, and team sharing, but it's heavy, and the iPad app still lags behind the desktop experience. Craft is the iPad native answer. Faster, more beautiful, better. Pencil support for quick sketches, and it exports cleanly. Pick Notion. If you live in a team workspace, pick Craft. If you're a solo professional who wants something that feels designed for iPad first, Obsidian is the app I recommend to people who say things like second brain or Zettelkasten without irony. Your notes are plain markdown files stored locally, linked together into a graph, and extensible with hundreds of community plugins. The iPad app is fully featured in 2026, syncs through their paid service or your own iCloud folder, and pencil support arrived for handwritten markdown blocks. The learning curve is real. Expect a week before it clicks. But if you're a researcher, writer, or developer who wants notes you'll still own in 20 years, nothing else comes close. Nebo deserves a section because it does one thing better than anyone. Convert your handwriting into clean, editable text in real time. Write a paragraph, double tap, and it becomes typed text you can paste anywhere. It handles math equations, diagrams, and even rough sketches with surprising accuracy. It's not a full notebook replacement for most people, but as a companion app for when you need to draft an email or document by hand and convert it later. It's the best in the category. About $10 one time for the core app. Here's the decision framework. Mostly handwriting on a pencil, planner style. GoodNotes. 6. recording lectures or long meetings. Notability, lightweight notes inside the Apple ecosystem. Apple Notes, free. Building a typed knowledge base. Craft for solo, Notion for teams. Long-term research, linked thinking, file ownership. Obsidian. Need handwriting converted to text constantly. Nebo. Most people overthink this and end up paying for 2 or 3 apps anyway, which is fine. Apple Notes plus one specialist app is the most common setup I see from people who actually stick with their system. For full transparency, my own setup in 2026 is Apple Notes for fast capture and shared lists, GoodNotes for any meeting where I want to handwrite, and Obsidian as my permanent knowledge base where the GoodNotes summaries eventually land. Total cost is around $30 a year. That combination took me about 6 months to settle on after trying everything in this video. Your stack will look different depending on whether you're a student, professional, or creator. But the principle is the same. One capture app, one think app, and don't pay for features you won't use.